Hello, all of you fantastic Pinellas Virtual School students. Welcome back to many of you that are with us as returning students, and to all of our new students, welcome to the very virtual world of, well, Pinellas Virtual School. Here is a video recording of all things orientation. The purpose of right now is to just kind of give you an overview of what to expect as you begin working through all that is Pinellas Virtual School, whether that be working in a Canvas course or whether that be using Florida Virtual Curriculum. We're kind of going to go over a little bit of all of that so that you have a good understanding of what it's going to look like as you get started and start working this week or next week. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and make this into a full screen so that we can see amazing things. All right, so here's my first screen. Let's go on to the next. Let's talk about how to be successful. There are a few things that you really want to remember once you get started working. What we try to do is to have assignments due the same time every week so that that can kind of give you an idea of how to be successful and how to get things done. Because nobody wants to waste time if you don't have that extra time to waste. And of course, we know that you don't want to spend your entire day, week, month, year just totally only doing virtual school stuff. So we want to kind of help make this an easy way to integrate into your day as you work through your courses. So, a reminder, assignments by Friday. Get them done. Get them done by the week. Be done with them. Ask questions. If you run into an assignment and you say, oh my gosh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. As the queen of procrastination herself, I am telling you this. Ask questions to your instructors. You have all of their contact information on their course homepage, as well as a welcome email. And ideally, during that welcome call that you've already done or you're going to do with your instructors, make sure you have their phone number so that you can call or text. Just make sure to ask those questions. And this grace period. For many of our returning students, you've heard it before. You'll hear it again. The grace period. Of course, they put such a nice name, grace. Ooh, let's be graceful as we get students started. What this grace period means, and your teachers will reference it for the first 2 weeks that you start working in the class. During those 2 weeks, if you're not making adequate progress, translation, you're not doing work. Your teacher's going to tell you, hey, it's been a week, you haven't submitted anything, and if it goes to 2 weeks, 14 days, right before the end of that 14 days and you haven't done any work or you're not making adequate progress, your teacher is going to drop you from the class. Now that sounds like it's such a bully move. No, it's not. Because what happens is if you're not dropped early enough on your transcripts, you're going to notice that it's going to potentially come across as a withdraw fail. That looks bad. You don't want that. And you want to be able to say, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need to do something else. Maybe I want to do it back in my brick and mortar school because it's a little easier for me to understand and complete. You kind of have to use that grace period for yourself as well, just to know that maybe this isn't for you. Virtual school is not going to be easier. I'll tell you that right now. It is flexible, but it's not easier. So if during those 2 weeks you're working, you just think this is too much work. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I'm going to be successful. Have that conversation with your parents. Have that conversation with your guidance counselors if you need to, and for sure have that conversation with your teachers so that you guys can know whether you need to kind of maybe go back to the brick and mortar school or just take a break, do some classes at your school, and then maybe try again next semester when maybe you don't have as much of a course load. So that grace period, 2 weeks. And welcome email. Those should have come to your home mails, or they came to what's called the VSA, and that's where your all of your conversations come to when you register and enroll for Pinellas Virtual School. All right, that's how to be successful. Great job. Let's talk about your requirements, students, stuff you need to do. Here are things that you need to know. In order to pass any class you take using the Florida Virtual Curriculum, you've got to complete these DBAs. It's an acronym. I love acronyms. They're just a bunch of letters that stand for longer words. And a DBA is a discussion-based assessment. At the end of almost every module in any class, you're going to have an opportunity to talk to your teacher. Do not freak out and think it's a terrifying moment. They're not. Your teachers are so not terrifying people. We're cool. We're laid back. We're here to help. So the DBA is a great time for us to kind of help make sure you understand what's going on in that module. And of course, in the course, once you get to the DBA before the assessment comes up, there's an opportunity for you to review the major components and the aspects of what you've learned in that module. So just follow through the course and just do what you know you need to do in that module and submit your work, and these DBAs will be a breeze. Also, make sure you get a 60% or higher on the exams. You cannot pass with anything below an F, or I'm sorry, below a 60%. And if you're taking the honors track, remember you have to pass every honors assignment. So don't just be like, I'll take a 25 out of 100. No, sorry. Love the idea, but it can't work. You've got to pass with a 60% or higher any honors exam or any honors assignment if you're on the honors track. Your GPA has to remain above a D. You need to do a collaboration. And most of the teachers in Pinellas Virtual School, you get the collaboration assignment when you log into your course, and it says something along the lines of email everybody. We don't necessarily do that in all of our classes, so check with your instructor and know what the collaboration looks like. For example, in my very virtual world of English, I do collaborations through live lessons, and they're fun. They're 30 minutes to an hour of a good time hanging out with your other classmates, doing something fun, learning something great, and getting some assignments done during that time. So collaborations are great, and they help you work through the course. Remember that the exam is the last assignment. If your teacher sends back your exam or says, hey, I can't grade your exam yet because you're still missing assignments, that's the last one. You don't want to get there until you finish everything else, because chances are if you don't finish all those other assignments, you're not going to do well on that exam. And teachers try to respond as quickly as we can, ideally within 24 hours. So that's just some student context stuff. And the one thing I missed is the little middle one here with the Calendly. Calendly is how we as your teachers kind of schedule our time. Every single one of your teachers has a Calendly link on their homepage. Click on it, schedule it. Of course, many teachers will tell you also that there's availability beyond those times. And just make sure you know with your teacher if you can text or call to schedule outside of that Calendly time. All right, moving on. Pacing for your course. I feel like I should have really great music playing in the background as I say this. Pace. There is a big push to get these courses done. Why? Because you don't want to spend 3 years in one class. That's not cool. The pace you want to keep is 6% in every class you take, which equates to anywhere between 2 and 5 assignments. I know in my world of English, 2 assignments gives you 6%. In maybe a math class, or maybe a peer counseling class, or a hope class, or a PE class, or a health class, or any of those other classes, 6 assignments could be a feasible 6%. Just make sure you know what that is. And again, your teacher will go over that. Please check your assignment feedback. Please, 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 please. Because that's where we tell you exactly how you can improve, or we brag about your awesomeness on an assignment. And you can find that simply by clicking on the email within the FLVS or even in the Canvas course. It'll also give you instructions for how to resubmit an assignment if a teacher says, hey, you were missing a couple things, no worries. Here's what you can do to resubmit for more points. Easy peasy. And of course, please work in order, because what we notice as your fabulous teachers in this very virtual world of ours is that if you're not working in order and you try to do all the quizzes first, turns out a lot of times y'all bomb those quizzes. And we can't reset those quizzes. So try to work in order so that you know exactly what's going to be on that quiz or that exam. Because, like I said, once you bomb the quiz, we can't do it again. So don't let that happen to you. It's an easy way to ensure that you don't get a lower grade than you're expecting. All right, here's some stuff. All right, once you log in and once you get to your course, this is something that you will see. Now, I am in the Leadership Skills Development course by Mrs. Tompkins. Phenomenal teacher. She's got all of this stuff, and if you're taking a Florida virtual class, it looks identical in every single one of your classes. So you have the PACE right here in the blue. So how you do that, I'm sorry, in the purple. How you do that, and I wish I could show you, but I'm using a PowerPoint, but you click this little hamburger menu right here. And what's going to happen is it's going to give you a big old drop-down box, and you're going to look for the word PACE. And then this will come up, and then you'll click PACE. And then you will be able to make a pacing guide that meets your expectations. Your teachers are starting a pacing guide based on the first day of school, which was this past Monday, August 13th. And that pacing guide is going to be based on the typical progression that you should follow in every one of your classes. If you want to finish earlier, click on this pace chart. You're going to input your date that you started, the date you want to be finished by. Now, make sure it's not ridiculous like tomorrow. That's crazy. It's not going to happen. Don't stress yourself out. Make sure you put a date in there that's feasible. Remember, each segment you have to work for 14 days. So you want to make sure that you don't put a pace that's sooner than 14 days, even though you can. I'm sure some of you can stay up and burn the midnight oil and finish a course in 48 hours. Sure, I'm sure you can. It is humanly possible. But for Pinellas Virtual School, please do not, because you have to be in a class. Each semester, you have to be in a class for 14 days, which equates to about 2 weeks. So make sure you set a pace for longer than for each semester. Remember, each semester has to be 14 days. So that's a total of, okay, English skills coming up. Oh, my math skills are crazy. That's a total of 28 days that you have to be involved in your course. So just make sure you remember that. That's the pace. All right, moving on. Time management. Plan ahead. Stay on pace. And don't forget that grace period. Oh my gosh. Please don't forget that grace period, because it just gets frustrating for everybody, especially you. You get stressed out. Don't look like this poor girl. She's got books open, a laptop open. Look, she's even got a nice little container of pens and markers and all kinds of fun stuff. She's so prepped. She looks so stressed. Don't let that happen to you. Plan ahead. Stay on pace and keep an eye on that grace period. All right, parent contacts. Here for you, parents. If you're listening, if you're not, students, yell down the hall, yell in the kitchen. Mom, Dad, legal guardian, whoever is your parent contact, or your monthly contact, or your supervisor, or your guardian. Every month, you've got to have some kind of contact with your teacher. You don't have to spend hours on the phone with them. You don't have to talk about everything that happened in your day. You don't have to be scared about it. Just a quick check-in. Hey, how you doing? You're doing great in my class. Here's a couple ways maybe you can improve, or just keep being amazing. Those are quick conversations. They're great, and that's what your teacher wants to have with you and your parent or legal guardian. So that's that. All right, all you Canvas takers. Here is what you're going to look at if you are in a Canvas class. Now, you will know this specifically because there will be a little bit of a different login process, and your teacher will go over that with you, especially during those welcome calls where they say, hey, welcome to my class. You're going to log in a little bit differently. And here's the login. It's the whole pcsb.instructure.com. A quick side note, if you're both in Canvas classes as well as in FLVS classes, save both of these login addresses, save them to your bookmarks bar. And that way you can just click on them and they'll remember. You can even make them remember your passwords. It's fantastic. That's a great way to just kind of work. So you'll start with the welcome course, and then of course you'll see any course that you have in Canvas will be listed on your home page. And it's called the dashboard once you're in Canvas. Your inbox will show you all of your emails. Don't forget to check that stuff. And of course, it's just kind of easy to walk through. Your account shows you all of your information just about your profile. So that's what it will look like if you are taking a Canvas course. Now let's quickly look at the VSA and the educator. See, you've got to love that there's so many of these words and phrases and places. I promise you, it sounds crazy and overwhelming right now. Once you get started, you're going to be like, oh, I get it. No big deal. I'm a total seasoned pro. So, if you are taking another class in the FLVS curriculum, and like I said, you will know this based on talking to your teacher, and as well as the emails you've gotten when you registered with us. For any classes you're taking that is an FLVS course, you're going to log in using the vsa.flvs.net. Super easy. It'll show you all of the courses that you're taking, and it will show you their names. We have English 3, Economics, ooh, I need to play Monopoly to learn that class, and the always fabulous U.S. History. It shows you your grade, it shows you your progress, it shows you your course, little click here, and that'll take you, it'll magically whisk you away to your course, and then also gives you immediate teacher contact. It's awesome. It's right there for you, and that's where you'll find all of your FLVS information. And then once you click that course email, or the course link, I guess I should say, you're going to get magically again whisked away to your teacher's homepage. Here is the fabulous Mrs. Tompkins. It's her leadership class. And take a look around. There's all kinds of information. I'm not going to go over every piece of it, but there's everything that you can look at. There's the calendar that we were talking about where you can sign up for your DBAs or just to chit chat. All the contact information's on the left, and there's all kinds of fabulous stuff on the right-hand side. Just take a look through it. they almost all look the same for every course that a teacher has that's teaching in Florida Virtual School. So you're going to notice the same format for all your other teachers and just get kind of used to where you go if you have a question. And for almost all of them, they have this called the My Virtual Classroom. Once we start live lessons for your collaboration assignments, that's where you'll click and to be magically whisked away to your teacher's online classroom. You're going to go there on a certain date and time, of course, which your teacher will let you know about in plenty of time in advance, and we'll probably have a calendar to show you when those dates and times will be. But they're almost always on. They may look a little bit different. Maybe they're a square on another teacher's classroom page. I don't know. But they will be labeled with what says My Virtual Classroom. All right, moving on. Navigating through the course. Ooh, here's another one. Now, if I was sharing my desktop with you, I would tell you to click over here on the very far right where it says, in this case, it says Mrs. Tompkins. I would click this little drop-down menu right here. I can't click on it now because it's not going to do anything because I'm using a PowerPoint. But if I was clicking on that in real time, it would drop down. It would say something called Account Preferences. If you click on Account Preferences, the first thing that will come up is says Use Side Navigation. And it says yes or no. By default, and I don't know why, it's set to no, which is crazy to me. So click on yes, and you will get this fabulous blue navigation bar, which essentially gives you everything that's here that can also be accessed by clicking on this little hamburger menu. I find it's crazy easy to have the blue one right there. You click on your lessons, your course information, your assessments, everything's right there. And all you have to do is just go to your name, click the drop-down button, click Account Preferences, and click Yes to use side navigation. That's it. But this is where you can find all of your work and all of your lessons and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, here's that calendar I was talking to you about. Almost every teacher you'll have will have this at the bottom of their welcome page, or their course homepage, I guess I should say. And they will have a calendar of where all of the live lessons are going to take place. They'll also probably get wild and put a couple dates on there like vacation, Thanksgiving break, spring break, all that kind of fun stuff. So that you also know the days that you do not have to work at your class. So this is what they will look like. They're so cute. They're so fun. They're so pretty. And they'll give you nice little ideas of what to expect and when the class is going to run. So there's that. And then we get to what the live lesson actually looks like. Dun 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 dun! Welcome to Blackboard Collaborate. I am Mrs. Zeigler, and I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. Now, once you log in for the live lessons, your teachers will go over this with you. So they're not just going to be like, hope you listen to the orientation. Good luck to you. No, we're not that crazy. We're going to help you with it. So here's just a couple things of what it will look like. This is the talk button. It's great. It's labeled talk. You click on it, you talk. As long as you have a microphone on your headsets or a built-in microphone in your computer, you can chit-chat away during the class. And then the main room will show all of the participants that are listed. There's the chat box, which all of y'all are like crazy fast texters, so text your little hearts out there. And then, of course, this will be how you write on the whiteboard and how you interact during the live lesson. Again, your teacher will go over this with you. You don't have to know this right off the bat. We'll tell you how it works. But this is just what it's going to look like for when you do go into your very first live lesson. For all you returning students, you know this drill. You're full-on hackers. You probably see this collaboration room in your sleep. All right. Oh my gosh, look at all these fabulous pictures. Keep calm. Call your teacher. Need help. Contact me. These look like way fun bumper stickers. I like them. How do you get help? Number one, if you have a tech issue. Most of the times, your teachers, we can help you out. But if it's something that is based on like the FLVS platform and it's saying your password's broken, it's gone rogue, it doesn't like working anymore, whatever, then you probably may need to call this number. But of course, let us know first. Let us help you. Tons of us are online on Skype. I have Skype open all day long. So if you're in my language arts or my English classes, I'm a Skype fanatic. We can help you. We use screen share in Skype. It's great because I can literally take over your computer. Dun, dun, dun. And I can show you how to work within your class. Your other teachers can do that as well. So let us help you. We're totally here to help. We're really good helpers too. And of course, if it gets crazy and you need the FLVS big dogs, there's that number too as well. All right. It had to come here some point in time. Academic integrity. Dun, dun, dun. Cue ominous music here if you'd like to. Academic integrity. Translation, don't cheat. A lot of people start thinking they're like, yes, I'm taking an online class. Can't wait. Woohoo! I can copy and paste anything I find online. No, that can't work. Because here's what happens. If you're taking an FLVS class, and even on the Canvas classes, we run everything through what's called turnitin.com. So if it has been published to the web, and we're talking like all the way back to the 90s, old school AOL dial-up internet times, Turnitin.com can find it. It will track it and will give teachers a percentage. And not only do we have a percentage of how much is word for word from a different source, it will tell us who it came from, which website it will come from, and it gives us screenshots of the word for word. So if we email you back and we said, ooh, oopsies, or we call you and say, hey, situation here, looks like you might have plagiarized. We got an AI sitch, and we got to fix it. We kind of have a 3 strikes and you're out type deal. First time's a warning. You're going to get a 0, but you have the opportunity to make it up for the most part. Second time, you deal with a 0, you get an AI ticket, and the Florida Virtual Megaminds check into your course. They log into your profile and they go through all of your work. It's like being audited by the IRS. It's a great big yikes. Third count usually results in a conference where you got to come in and chit chat with your teacher and the administration. And many times it results in you being dismissed from the program. Don't let it happen to you. Use your own work. It's so easy to copy, sure, but the fact is, everything's available online and everything is trackable online. So don't let this happen to you. It's a bummer to get kicked out because you're trying to copy and paste. It doesn't have to be something that you'd submit for as a professor in college. Just make it your own words. It doesn't have to be crazy amazing and blow minds. It just has to be your own work. Just make sure it looks good. Look at all these hashtags, man. Hashtag, don't let it happen to you. Good work. Good talk. Hashtag, go team. And of course, here's all the stuff. So don't copy and paste. Don't find anything. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to put in FLVS English 2, assignment 1.06, and you can bring that up. But here's the deal. Good old Turnitin.com catches every single one of those. In fact, that's probably the number one thing caught because everything submitted in FLVS and even now in Canvas for the most part is saved forever. These servers are massive. Don't let it happen to you. And of course, as an English teacher, if you're going to copy someone's phrase or you're going to quote somebody, give them credit. Man, if you're going to quote Zeigler says, hashtag go team, make sure it says Zeigler says so people know that I came up with that brilliant hashtag go team. Side note, I probably didn't, but you know what I'm saying. Cite your stuff. Cite your stuff. All right, well, that's it. That's all I got. I hope that it blew your mind just enough. Welcome to the 2018-2019 school year. We are so beyond excited that you're a part of this awesome virtual group of ours. You are, in fact, in a group of elite hackers, and we're excited that you're with us. If you have questions, let us know. Reach out. Ask your teachers. Call us, text us, Skype us, send us a carrier pigeon with a little cute little rolled up message attached to its leg. Let us know what we can do to help, because if you don't ask, we can't help you. And other than that, thanks for hanging. Thanks for being a part of our virtual family. We're so pumped to have you and cannot wait for this to be an amazing year. So with that being said, welcome, have an amazing year, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for coming. Bye.